Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. It is the 18th day of winter today, and I figured I would do sort of a clean-up episode before tomorrow, which is the 19th day of winter, because we're going to be pretty busy. We have our mining festival tomorrow, and it is also our birthday. So I have just a couple of little things that I would like to talk about. I figured this would be a really good day for it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to load up some previous save slots from a couple of days where I played by myself, just to kind of show off a few little things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load a slot for our Winter Harmony Day Festival. So what I did after recording the video and discovering that we were able to get Lily to a purple heart was I reloaded that whole day, and I quickly ran to the inn at 6 o'clock in the morning, gave Lily a gift, got her to a purple heart, and then I've entered my house now, and she has actually brought me a Harmony Day present. That was something I was interested in sort of testing, and the reason for that was because we hadn't given Lily a gift in springtime because she hadn't moved in. And I wasn't sure if you had to give the girls a gift in order for them to show up, but it turns out that you don't. So I figured that that was sort of a useful little piece of information for those of you who may be wondering. You need the girls at a purple heart minimum for them to come and give you a gift, but if you did not give them something in the springtime, don't worry, they will come by and give you a nice gift. So this was a test I did after I had already recorded that whole video and everything, so I didn't actually save over the progress that I made, so I didn't have a chance to get those additional 1,000 friendship points with Lily, but I figured that that was still worth showing off. So I'm going to load my next save now, and we are fast forwarding to the 16th day of winter, and I'm going to very, very quickly run over to Chen's. I find that he sort of comes out of the shop at about 10 o'clock. So I want to get there before then. And if I speak to him and I go to the other section and scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that he has a wonderful in his shop for the first time of the winter season. And there is absolutely no way that I was going to be able to afford this. It's very, very expensive. I'm not sure if $50,000 is the standard price or if it varies by what wonderful color it is, but this is just to show everybody proof that yes, Chen does sell wonderfuls in his shop in the wintertime only. It's randomized and they are very expensive. So obviously I've missed out. There's just no way I'm going to be able to afford that. And I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to see another one of these before the winter season ends. Chances are if we do, I'm still not going to be able to afford it, but it would be interesting to see if other colors cost more or less money. And that was all I really wanted to show. I had those two things just kind of on my to-do list, and now we can get back down to business and reload our original save here and continue on with our day. So I have to do all of my normal chores here because it's snowing and I have had to leave the animals inside. I was looking to see if maybe it was a possibility for me to trigger Lily's first heart event because she is at a purple heart, but unfortunately it has to be a sunny day for that to happen. So we're kind of out of luck with heart events right now because currently we cannot see any more of witch princesses until we hit the springtime. And all of our yellow heart events that we have queued up and waiting, they all need to have sunny weather as well. So I'm kind of just waiting for a nice sunny day, and then we can kind of pick which event that we want to see. But wintertime has been hard. I've been getting a ton of snow and a few blizzards and stuff like that here and there. So we get some extra affection with our chicken there by playing the little petting mini game. And I'll feed my animals. I should also go into my assets screen. I think it was just a fluke, but when I was practicing with my dog the other day, I managed to get the dog to catch a frisbee at, I think, 50 meters. It was really, really far. Where is it? Here. Yeah, I managed to get him to catch a frisbee at 50 meters. And in order to win the dog festival, he has to catch it at about 60 meters. So I think that was a total fluke. I don't even know how I did that. But that was really interesting. I was kind of surprised by that. It probably had a lot to do with his mood more than anything else. So I've been continuing to pay attention to the pets, feed them, and also practice the mini games with them in hopes that in year 2 we're gonna have better luck. And Tara was telling us it's gonna be nice and sunny tomorrow, which is great. I love having nice weather on your birthday. And it'll mean that everybody who goes to the mining festival also won't freeze to death in the snow. And I can't believe that I actually still have flowers for Natalie. I was banking on running out of those quite a while ago. But I think because the weather has been bad certain days, I've missed out on a few days of gift giving, and I've also skipped her a couple of days as well, just because she has a yellow heart. And at this point, it's not going to be long before she has a maxed out red heart, so there have been a few days where I've sort of just skipped out on it. I'm gonna check Mirabelle's and see what she has available. She has a brush with 3 slots, which may be worth buying because I've been waiting for a brush that has more than one wonderful slot on it. But I'm gonna go and quickly check my toolbox at home before I buy anything because for some strange reason I'm having a gut feeling that I may have already purchased one the other day and sent it to my toolbox. It's been actually quite some time since I've actually played this last, and sometimes I'll do something in practice, but I won't save it or I won't always follow through on it. But just to be sure, I'm gonna go home and check that, and I should do that right away, I guess, before I get carried away. So let's have a quick peek. I did not. Okay. I'm just a crazy person then. For some reason I thought that I did, but Apparently, I did not. So let's go ahead and buy that because 3 slots on a brush is plenty. And I feel silly now because I actually completely forgot that we even had barn animals. This is why it's not a good idea for me to go a really long time in between playing because the barn animals are so recent. We've had them for such a short period of time that my brain has already forgotten that we have them, which is not good because we do not want them to get sick. So let's feed them and let's go buy a brush. The brush is going to help us get affection with the animals faster. So we can use the brush on our barn animals and our horse as well. And if I stick a yellow wonderful into the brush, I will get even more affection, which will be great. And that might be worth doing because I've done a lot of work recently on clearing off the farm. So I've gotten rid of a lot of boulders especially. So it might be time for me to take the yellow wonderful off of my hammer and put it onto the brush instead. But even the default brush helps with your animals, so. I was hoping to visit Lily inside of her hotel room, but she's already moved. She's moved pretty quickly because it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll have to try and catch her later on. And if I don't catch her later on, we'll just have to kind of do it tomorrow when the festival takes place because she has a sunstone for me. And Isaac also has a sunstone for me. I was kind of hoping to squeeze those sunstones into this episode just because I do anticipate us having a lot of stuff to kind of do and things to talk about tomorrow. And I would like to get those sunstones because if I get a couple more, we can go and raise another island as well. But sometimes things just don't work out the way you want them to. Even still, I have a big list of things that I haven't talked about in a video yet, and I just haven't found the right time to sort of talk about them. That can be kind of hard, figuring out where it is you want to include these little random sort of tidbits of information. That's kind of the good and the bad thing about this game. It's really nice that there is a lot to do. Don't get me wrong, this is not a Harvest Moon game that I ever feel bored playing, just because there's so much content. But at the same time, there's so much content. So it's easy to miss things, to kind of feel overwhelmed, and to just kind of come back to it and not remember what you were doing. I have also ran out of fish for Lana, and I have not had an opportunity to go fishing to catch her some more fish. So that is something that I will be doing tomorrow at the festival, hopefully. Lily has gone back to her room, so let's visit her here and get her sunstone. I have some good news. I saw a pretty stone earlier. I thought it was treasure, but it was a sunstone. How much will you give me for it? Kidding. If you want, I'll give it to you. Here you go. Well, thank you, Lily. And it's interesting, actually, I have only just recently uploaded the episode where Lily and Will were introduced on the island, And Lily seems to have some fanfare. There's a couple of people in the comments who mentioned that they really like her. She's a character they really enjoy. And I always like hearing people's points of view because we all like different things. And of course, here now I'm entering Isaac's house, and he has a sunstone forest as well. I found a stone the other day in the mines. This is a sunstone, right? We're friends, so if you need it, it's yours. That's very nice of you, thank you. I actually do need it. And because you're not the easiest fella in the world to track down, it's really nice that you gave that to me, so thank you. So it's nice that we were able to sort of nab those stones early on in the day, because normally a lot of the villagers I can't find until sort of late at night. So if we go into the assets menu, we now have 13 sunstones. So why don't we go and raise another island? I may not be able to actually go to that island today. I might need to cover that content on a different day. But we've been making some very stellar progress on raising these islands. So let's see what we have left. I think we actually only have the 2 islands left if I'm remembering correctly, and that would be Wild Animal Island and Greenhouse Island. Yes, I'm correct. Okay, so Greenhouse Island for me personally is like the least important, because having a greenhouse in this game is such a pain. So we're gonna go ahead and raise the Wild Animal Island. And this island will at least sort of give us something to do. And it'll be something new for us to experience as well. I haven't raised this island previously just because it's more or less just another thing that we have to add into our routine if we want to make use of it. And time in this game is so incredibly limiting that I've just been focused on other things like expansion of the farm and getting easy sunstones and things like that. So there you have it. There is the Wild Animal Island. You can see it on the top right hand side of the map. It's just beside Fruit Island. And our map is looking pretty full. Look at all those islands. You think about kind of where we were at the beginning of the game, it's pretty crazy. So you can see now that it is in our possible menu for areas that we want to visit, so we will go there. I will add it to my to-do list. But time flies. I can't believe I'm already almost 20 minutes into this video. I feel like I didn't really do much. So I should probably call it quits for now. There's still stuff that I would like to do today on my own off screen. Boring stuff that you guys have watched me do a million times. I'll probably chop down some branches or hit some boulders or fish or do something like that. I would go mining today, but I don't have a lot of food left. And it's also snowing, which means that my stamina will drain incredibly quickly if I go mining, so not exactly the best thing for me to do today. So I'll probably try to find something else to do to use up all of my stamina, and then I will be back tomorrow because we have a couple of fun things tomorrow. It's our birthday, it's the mining festival. Hopefully everything is gonna go really, really well there. So I'm leaving for now, but I will be back shortly. Hope you guys enjoyed this little filler episode, and hopefully I will see you next time.